have a banana. Maybe it's because I'm a Londoner that I think of her wherever I go. I get a funny feeling inside of me just walking up and down. But maybe it's because I'm a Londoner that I love London town. Woo! Oh yeah, it's my party. Yeah. Hello and welcome, ladies and gentlemen and boys and girls, everybody in the whole wide world. Welcome to Terry's Livestream here on Saturday the 1st of February 2020, and today it's the Livestream tutorial, by the way. Tutorial, I forgot to point that out. Now today I want to try and look at 3 songs. Now the 3 songs, I've had a lot of requests actually for, it's a hymn that I played, a classic hymn that I've played it on my channel. It's called Just a Closer Walk with Thee, it's called, and we're going to be sort of looking at that, you know, in detail. And we've also had a request for Happy Birthday Boogie Woogie style, okay? And thirdly, Daydream Believer by the Monkeys. So, and I think that was Thomas Slade actually. And so yeah, so what shall we look at first? I know, let's look at Just a Closer Walk with Thee. Think that's a good one to start with, Elsie?
Yeah, I'll say so.
Okay. Let's do it then. So, okay, we're going to be looking to be playing in this one in the key of F, F major. Normally I demonstrate things in C or G, but this time it's F, just for a bit of a change really. Now, they reckon that the most successful pop records are in the key of F. Yeah, there you go. Just a bit of trivia that I read somewhere on the back of a matchbox, I think it was. Anyway, here we go. It's in F. So I'm just going to start. I tell you what, I'll play it. I'll just play it. And then I'll break it down, like I usually do. So, let's break it down bit by bit. I'm going to just go through the sort of main melody first, just with one hand, just to show you what the notes of the actual melody are. So, let's do that. So here's your note of F. It's the F just above middle C. That's where I'm sort of starting from. So anyway, the first note is this one. I'll play the left hand chords just basically just as a reference, so we know where we are in the song. So it's C, then go up to F, D, C, A, C, and then C, B flat. So there's the first line. C, F, D, C, A, C, C, B flat. Second line of the song is G, go up to the top G, possibly with your little finger. F, E, C, so G, F, C, E, C, G, F, C, E, C, D, F, D, C. And then go up to the A, G, F, A, back down to the C, C sharp, D, then D, F, D, C, C, B, B flat, C, E, G, F, and then I do this little turnaround at the end, which is A and C with the right hand, rock up to the F, rock back to the A and C, obviously your thumb on the A, your index finger on the C, then go chromatically down, thumb hits the A flat, the index hits the B natural, and rock back up with your little finger to the F. So then go to the G and the B flats with the and I'll go over the left hand in a minute. Rock back up to the F, and then end on F and A. Now all your left hand does is just plays one note, which is E flat, D, C sharp, and C. So when you play A and C, you play the E flat in the left hand, just with one finger. So rock up to that F, back to the A, C, then go down to D with your index finger in the left hand with A flat and B here. Down to the C sharp with G and B flats. And then this is your sort of interleading chord in the gap, which is C, but with an A flat. So instead of playing C, play C, E, C at the top. Usually you'd play a G for C, but you play the A flat. It's called C augmented, for those that want to know. So let's play now the melody again, but with the left hand accompaniment, just playing a chord. So, by the way, this stream is going to be left on my channel. So if I'm going a little bit too fast, you could play it over again, and till you got it. So anyway, look, the left hand is going to be playing F, A, and C, and then you start your melody in the right hand. So obviously the right hand is playing C, then up to F, D, C, A, C. Now, this is where the chord changes, where the left hand plays C with a B flat. It's called C seventh, which is C, E, G, B flat, and then the right hand plays. So that's the first line of the song. I don't know what the words are. If I did, I'd sing it, but you know. So it's F in the left hand while you're playing this melody. Go to C seventh. Okay? So for the second line of the song, you go to a G minor seventh in the left hand, which is G, B flat, D, and F. Carry on with the melody in the right hand. G in the right hand, F. And then when you play the E, you switch from G minor seventh here in the left hand. Keep these two bottom notes on, which are the G and the B flat, and just go to G, C, and E. So like this. So it's G minor seventh in the left hand to C seventh. I mean, all that does in the left hand, just for those that want to know, instead of going G minor seventh and then playing C seventh, to save you doing that big jump, which is a bit unnecessary and very inconvenient, because you want the chords to be as close together as possible. You've already got these two notes in the left hand of the C seventh chord, which is the G and the B flat. So there's your G minor seventh. Now when you go to C seventh, just move next door with these two. D and F becomes C and E. Then back to F chord in the left hand. Now, the next part of the verse, which is A, and the left hand is playing an F with the E flat, which makes it F seventh. You haven't got to play the sevenths, but it's the sevenths, what we call sevenths. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7th. It's the sevenths that gives it that kind of gospel blues feel, you see. If I just played a straight F, it would just sound very basic chords. But once you put that seventh in, can you hear the difference? Now B flat in the left hand, which is B flat, D, and F. Now here's a good chord. You haven't got to put this in either, but it sounds nice if you do. It's called a diminished chord. In this case, it's A flat diminished, but you don't need to know the names. Just remember what I'm playing. It's good to know the names, obviously, just for reference. Oh, it's a diminished or it's a seventh or whatever. But I'm just sort of saying you don't have to, don't get bogged down by the names, because it makes it too confusing. So very quickly from the top. There's your seventh, you see, for this bit. F, A, C, and E flat. B flat, now you're diminished, which is A flat, B, D, and F. Back to F in the left hand, then C seventh, and then. So all together, I'm going to talk you through these little bits as well, don't worry. All this kind of thing. Are you diminished? Now, before we go on to the next chapter, let's call them chapters this week, shall we? Let's have a little chat. I'll have a little drink of the old cider, because you might have noticed I haven't had one yet.
Well, I have to say there are like a overwhelming amount of happy birthday messages coming through. So a big thank you to everyone pretty much on the chat. We've had a lot of super chat, honestly, which is very, very, very kind, generous.
Thank you, everybody. Thank you. I do appreciate that. It goes towards the maintenance of the old piano here, the old Joanna.
So a big thank you to Matty England.
Matty England, old boy. I've got a surprise for you.
Oh.
Shall I do it now?
Yeah.
I've got a jacket especially for you. Look.
Hey!
Now that is for Matty England.
Glad to see the super...
Nothing else, just for Matty England person.
Glad to see the super chat is going to good use. Right, well, we've also had a super chat donation from Boogie Woogie Lake Girl.
Boogie Woogie Lake? I know Boogie Woogie Lake Girl.
And she says, happy birthday, you've added so much happiness to my life through your music. Thank you, you are the greatest.
Thank you, Boogie Woogie Lake Girl, thank you very much.
And a big thank you to Christine A, who sends a nice little sticker of a pear saying, thanks for being you.
I know Christine as well, yeah, I've read some of her comments in the past. Yeah.
Also a big thank you to Steve, who I see on here almost, I think, pretty much as often. The Steve, as often as Matty England.
Yeah.
I think there's a little bit of rivalry going on between the two of them.
I know Steve, yeah.
And a big thank you to Sue as well, who says, happy birthday.
Is that the Sue?
I'm not sure. It's Sue BBBB.
It is, that's the Sue. That is Joe's daughter.
Ah, wow. Yes. Well, thank you,
Sue,
Sue, who says, happy birthday, have a great evening, and thank you once again for tutorials, and has a lot of nice emojis.
Thank you very much. Now, I'm going to have to do a lot of drinking now, because every time I get a super chat payment, right, I have a sip of the old Astor cider. And incidentally, I'm not sponsored by them, but I should be. I buy enough of it.
Definitely.
So a big gulp, just like Linda off East End. Right then.
Right, that's great.
Any more requests of parts of the song? Has anyone commented on the actual song itself that I'm going too fast? Or
a lot of people just asking that they missed the beginning and asking what is the name of the song, so they like it.
It's called, right, it's a hymn. It's an old classic hymn called Just a Closer Walk with Thee, it's called. And there's several versions of it on YouTube. There's hundreds, actually. But I'm just trying to make it a bit of a gospel-y sort of feel to it, you know, a bit like a tip of Amazing Grace. But anyway, for those that's missed the beginning, this is staying on the channel, so they can go back and have a look. So I'm just doing a bit of a crash course on it, really, at the moment. I will eventually make a sort of more labouring, sort of long, drawn-out, sort of, not long drawn-out, you know what I mean? Sort of,
yeah. A more in-depth.
More in-depth, that's the word I can't
Not long drawn-out.
Not long drawn-out, no, that was the wrong, sorry. Trouble is, it's live, you can't take it back. No. That's it.
Matty England says the little trills and the ornamentation parts make it sound really cool.
Well, that's the thing, you see. Cool is the right word, I think. A lot of people have said that. But I'm going to show you that in the next stage then, because because you can just play it, you know. And that's fine. Playing it like that, nothing wrong with it. But it's these little, I like to call them blue notes, you see. The blue notes, that's a bit like Harold Melvin. You know?
Oh, just quickly before we head back over to the piano, we've had some more donations. Honestly, this is very overwhelming, everyone. Thank you so much. From Thomas Slade, who says, many happy returns. I'll say cheers.
Thank you, Thomas. I see you on it. I've got an Instagram account now, everybody. I've only started it about a couple of weeks ago, but I put my first post on it yesterday. And Elsie's teaching me how to message on it and stuff, so I'm just not familiar with it, but I'm getting to know it. So if you want to, I'm called Terry Miles Piano, if anybody wants to look me up. And if I don't respond to you straight away, it's only because I don't know how to use it, but I am getting there. So
yeah, we're going through crash course after crash course.
Crash course on Instagram.
And also to Chris Hankin, who says, "Happy birthday, Mr. M. On your second stream, you played In the Mood. Any chance of a tutorial of that one day, please?"
Yes, okay, that is a good point. Yeah, I've had a few requests for that actually. So yeah, In the Mood, we will do a tutorial on that at some point.
And
definitely.
Of course, thank you very much for that donation.
And who was that?
Oh, let me just get it back. It was Chris Hankin.
Chris Hankin, thank you very much, Chris. Is Chris new to the...
I'm not quite sure, but yeah, I possibly.
Thank you very much, Chris. I'll do In the Mood, especially for you, actually. Okay,
and Steve has had an amazing idea. He has noticed that every time you do get a super chat donation, you take a sip of cider. So he said he's going to give his super chat donation in fractions, so that every time you get one, you have to drink a sip of cider.
The trouble is, by doing that, right, the tutorial will probably get worse and worse and worse.
That's a good point.
So it's quite risky, that. So should we do a bit, the next chapter?
Oh, just one more question. Okay. I've just noticed that Andy has said, "Is the microphone from last week broken?" So I'm just wondering, is there I forgot to mention, please do tell us if there's a problem with the audio, because we are still at the sort of experimentation stage of the microphone.
Is it not working?
I'm not quite sure. I know that people can definitely hear something, but someone's picked up on it sounding a bit different. So okay.
Is that different in a good way or a bad way?
I don't think it's a good way, but everyone else has said pretty much audio is fine, sounds great. So if there is any further alterations with the sound, then please do let us know. But for now, I think it is fine.
Okay. Do you think we should take the mic out and?
I think we've got a very, very overwhelming amount of people saying that it is fine, or some people saying it's a little low in audio, and other people saying no, leave it. So. Some people are saying it's crystal clear, some people are saying it's a little bit low, so I'm very conflicted as to what to do.
Okay then, yeah. Good point, okay. I could make an adjustment on it.
Well, I don't know if that's... Okay, the very vast majority is saying that it's fine. Sound is good, just a bit tinny.
A bit tinny, right, okay. I could make an adjustment. Should we just carry on there?
I think we should carry on.
Once I start sort of delving into the phone and messing with the graphic equalisers and all that, it could open a can of worms.
Yeah, it really could.
I mean, we could just take the mic out and use the internal mic. I mean, I don't know, is people just saying... Can people hear me now, for example?
People say that I think the piano sounded good. It just says Terry sounds a bit far away when when you're talking. Yeah.
Well, okay, then I'm going to get this closer. How's that then?
Maybe that's a bit better.
Is that better?
Yeah, it might just be because now it's focused on whatever's closest to it rather than the sort of general. Yes. Yeah, you don't want the techniques of the mic, but
yeah,
it could just be because we're getting used to it, basically.
Okay then.
People are saying you're good to just crack on.
Okay. Should we do this other part of the tutorial?
Yes, definitely.
Okay, so we're in F, okay? I'm going to play loud now, okay? So, just a closer walk with D. Now, let's just take that bit, for example. C, F. Now, so when you play the tune, so instead of going... If you go... Instead of playing one note, you play A and C. Up to F. And then instead of going... like that. So what I'm doing there... So instead of going... A and C to F. And then... So I'm playing F with the little finger. And then flicking to the D from the C. Watch, with this, like this. But with the F at the same time, you see. See that? So the trick there is A and C up to F, and then you play the F with your little finger at the same time. It's very Charlie Rich behind closed doors sort of thing. Now when I sort of played the B flat, I'm adding an E down there. And that's because it's part of the C chord. C 7th chord. Now on this part, I'm making a big full sound by playing G7 in the left hand. I'm playing B flat, D and G in the right hand. See that? So instead of doing that, I'm flicking from the E flat down to the D and the C. See, and there's that bit again. That's a repeat of what I just did. And then doing this kind of thing. Now, when you play this part of the song, when you play the top notes, do you remember what I said about the F7th? F in the left hand, A, C, and the E flat. I'm sort of playing E flat and A in the right hand there, and doing this. So that takes a bit of practice, really. But you just start by doing that. You know, index finger on the E flat, little finger on the A. And then again, flicking. So instead of go, you go. And then you diminish. Now, the left hand now, I'm going to change it to a boogie woogie style. So it's going to play what we've done in the past live streams, except we did it in C before. So I'm just going to play the chord of F, but it's not the chord, it's the chop. F with the little finger in the left hand, index finger on the C, and the thumb on the D. So what I'm doing, so whilst playing the melody in the right hand and playing these little bits of like that, the Charlie Rich bits, let's call them the Charlie Rich bits. I'm playing this kind of chop in the left hand. So before we change chord, let's get up there. Just closer. So all I'm doing is playing that same thing. So instead of playing the F chord, you index finger on the C, little finger on the F, thumb on the D. So then you go to C. So the C chop is C and G to C and F. And then you stay on the C for this bit and do back to F. Now this is a nice bit. You go A and F to B flat and G to B and A flat to C and A. So, and then you do this kind of I don't know what you call it really. It's like a trilly type thing between the C and the A. Thumb on the C, little finger on it. So A and C, sorry, A and F, B flat and G, B and A flats. So, and then that, so, and you come back down the same way. So, can you see that? A, F, B flat, G, B and A flat. So what I did there, I just came back down. So B flat now in the left hand for the chop. Little finger on the B flat, index on the F, thumb on the G. Back to F. One more time. You've got the slow bit, and you've got the where it kind of goes into a bit of a gospel-y boogie woogie thing. But yeah, like I say, these kind of things, these kind of, and what I tend to do, you see, when you're playing a melody, and this could go for any particular song, okay? So if you're playing, like, let's just go back to it, just one more time. There's your melody. Now, what if you were to just go where you can slide? I'm kind of going from the C sharp there, flicking with the middle finger to the D. So every time there's that situation where you've got this, the flat or the sharp, it's kind of an excuse or an opportunity actually to sort of. And there you go. Rolling the notes. A, B flat, B, C. So. There you go again. Flicking off the. Put it together with the left hand.
Quite a lot going on in the chat at the moment.
How's
not gonna
sound?
lie. Well, I have had no other real comments about the sound. People say it's still good, but just not as good as last week. So maybe we could like adjust something before next week.
I know what I've done.
Okay.
Well,
we've got a super chat from Doug Nail, who's very kindly donated.
Thank you, Doug, old boy. Thank you, Doug.
And also a couple from Thomas Slade.
Thomas Slade, old boy. Cheers, Thomas.
And also Jody has said that he sent something to your PayPal, so that's been very kind. So
thank you, Jody.
Big drink to that.
Okay, big drink to that.
And
you don't have to ask me twice.
I think that's we're being trolled here by Dr. K, who's saying, "I'm outside. Open the door. I'm outside. I'm outside."
Is he really?
I don't think so.
If he is, that's great.
I don't trust him. I don't believe him anymore.
Okay.
But yeah, now
I can't hear his siren.
No, I feel like he'd be making more of an entrance if he was here.
Okay.
Right, but a lot of people are copying onto the meme in the comment section saying #let Dr. K in, #Dr. K is outside. So, yeah.
He could be outside. I mean, you never know.
You never know. People, oh, we've got a super chat from Kirk, which is kind. He says he wants to buy you a drink for your birthday.
Thank you, Kirk, old boy.
Just a lot of people asking Dr. K where his megaphone is this time.
Yeah, where's the big... I tell you what, should we pull the mic out and see if it's any better with the...
Okay, we can do that.
We're going to try and experiment, everybody. We're going to pull the old
microphone
mic out and... Oh, this is going to hurt.
How's that?
Is that better?
I'll just wait for some
Are we
comments to
still
come
on?
through. Hopefully, yeah. Ouch, says Steve.
That's the mic, everyone.
They said it's the same.
Oh, God. All right. But you can hear us, yeah?
Thomas Slade, you're too kind. You don't have to keep giving to the super chat. Thank you.
Thomas, put your money away.
Brendan K says Brendan Kavanagh says, I am outside Terry with Svetlana and Olga.
Really?
I don't believe him.
Well, you hit me at the window. You
Yeah.
at the window.
Yeah, definitely.
I mean, we could put the blinds up and just see.
Yeah. Oh, and also Chris has noticed the chopper in the background.
Oh, Chris. Oh, yeah. I tell you why I put that there, because I had a comment. Somebody's seen it in the hall. He kind of lives in the hall.
Yeah.
And he's a guy called Leo as Elvis. I don't know if he's on this week, but he asked me. It's a Mark II, 1974, in Fizz Bomb Yellow. Fizz Bomb Yellow. Yeah. So it's an original. It's an original.
Right. Well, Brendan keeps spamming the chat saying you must look outside now.
Okay then. Let's look. I have to go around this way. Okay. Let's open the shutters and see if he's telling the truth. Here we go, look. Open up the curtain. Look. Nothing, look. Absolutely nothing. I can't see Dr. K at all. Right then, let's get on with the tutorial, shall we?
Just before you get back to it, just another couple of super chats, which is very kind donation from Russell Player.
Russell, I know Russell Player.
Yep.
He comments often.
And the 6 finger one.
Yes, and the 6 finger one. I know the 6 finger one too. Thank you very much. Thank you.
Oh.
I can't. Now, can anyone see Dr. K outside?
If anyone sees Dr. K, you have to put it in the comment section.
Yeah, if you see him, yeah. Well, we're going to carry on with the tutorial. I definitely can't see him. I thought I could see him, but it was just a reflection.
No. Oh dear.
Should we play? So anyway, we've had a request anyway. I mean, is everybody okay with just a closer walk with thee now? I mean, that's kind of more or less it. I mean, obviously there's more things I could go into, but it would just take a lot of time. But that's a bit of a crash course that we've just done.
Yeah, and of course we can always be like, it'll be on the channel afterwards, so
yes,
we can wind it back and everything.
Yeah, wind it back. I can wind that back as well.
Very true. A lot of people are picking up on the reel to reel in the background.
Yes,
so,
I'm
yeah.
recording this lesson, you see, with an audio, so I'm getting the warmth from the analog tape, you see, from the 1950s. That's brilliant. And
Bobby Elliott, who was requesting the closer walk with the a lot last week, has said, "Oh my goodness, I can't believe I just missed it." But he says he's going to go back and watch it a lot of times.
Yeah, you
so
can just go back
yeah.
and watch it. It's fine. It's easy to do.
But thank you for the suggestion.
Yes, good idea. Yeah. So, should we go to Happy Birthday now?
Yeah, I think so. It's the only appropriate day we can play it.
Yeah. It wouldn't be right if we played it any other time. So, this is Happy Birthday, okay? But and this is in C, in the key of C. In its basic form, okay? In its very basic form. Now, what I'm going to do now, though, is play it. Again, you might notice this is kind of part of what I do in probably a lot of songs. I'm doing a lot of this. When there's an opportunity to flick off one of these, or one of these flats or sharps, you know, whatever you want to call them, you can just do it. So, see that? Obviously, you can't do it too often because it sounds a bit mad, but... And this again, I tend to put that in at any opportunity as well.
definitely.
Okay.
Do you mind if I do one quick thing before we get started? It's just that people are being so generous and kind and very overwhelming with support today. I just have to say thank you to Ali.
Ali?
Who is in the super chat.
Thank you, Ali. Thank you, Ali.
As well as Eddie.
Eddie. Thank you, Eddie.
And Riley. And they all say happy birthday.
Happy birthday. Gosh, yeah. Can't believe it's my birthday.
I know a lot of people are sort of speculating about how old you are, so that's the...
Well, this top I got for my birthday. This top, okay? And this will give you a clue to my age. I'm saying no more.
Nicely done. All right. All that Dr. K has to say is, I want cider in capital letters.
Well, he's welcome to come and join me, do what you're at if he wants.
Yeah, if he was here, then he would have some.
He'd be here, but if he was outside, I tell you, he'd be here by now. I'd be very surprised if he's there. But you never know. You never know with Dr. K. You see, he's a man of many mysteries and disguises. You see.
Very true.
True, isn't it?
Right.
So should we do this?
Yeah. Oh, there we are.
Are we on?
Yeah.
Great. Anyway, happy birthday. Obviously, this is middle C. Dr. K, I'm sure, knows that by now. Okay. Anyway, so we're going to start on the G above middle C. So the basic tune of Happy Birthday is this. G, G, A, G, C, B, G, G, A, G, D, C, G, G, up to top G. That's an octave, okay? That's what we call an octave. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 notes. G, E, C, B, A, F, F, E, C, D, C. But if you put the left hand to it, so if you just play it like that. Sounds okay, but if you put a left hand to it, add a chord in the left hand, the chord of C, just down here, C, E and G. Okay? There's the chord of G in the left hand. Now, this is a good chord, D minor 7th, which is D, miss one, play one, F, miss one, play one, A, miss one, play one, C. To G, so keep the D and the F on, and play G and B. Now, here's the 7th again, C7. To F, C, F, and A. C, G, and C. Now, so far we got. There's that D minor 7th. Spices it up a bit, you see. You could stay on the G, but if you go to the D minor, you see that? Okay, now, if in the right, you see you got the chords down the left hand, in the right hand, let's spice up the melodies. I've done that thing again, but I'm flicking off the A flat to the F. See that? Throw that in as well, which is just a C and an E, a D and an F, and an E flat and an F sharp. Now, let's go to the boogie woogie part, which is the chop again, just like we did in Just a Closer Walk with D, and now we're going to do it in this. So all we're doing there, we're playing the chop, so it's G, G, and we play the chop. C with the little finger, G with the index, thumb on the A. Go to G now. Back to C. F sharp. Okay, let's do that one. Happy. So you flick off happy birthday to you. Now on the G, on the word you can do that, which is G and B, A and C, B flat and C sharp and B and D. Again, you see what I did there? And there's that. C and E, D and F, E flat and F sharp. When you go to the B, when you end up on the B, then do that. I mean, it's just a bit of practice, that is. It's kind of, see how fast you can get it. Index and forefinger. And then you do a bit of improvising now. And we all know that now.
Very nice.
Thank you.
We've had there's a lot going on in the comments.
Okay.
Not going to lie to you, a lot of people are speculating things at the moment, and they are speculating that Brendan might have had a few ciders already by the amount of comments that he's putting on the chat. But we love hearing Brendan on the chat.
Is it the real Dr. K?
It is the real Dr.
It's not
K.
somebody pretending to be Dr. K.
No, it's not. Local experimentalist has given a very kind donation.
Yes,
Thank you for that.
I know. I've been watching his videos lately, actually.
Oh wow, nice.
Yeah.
Brendan says, I'm perfectly sober, and he says that in capital letters.
Okay, then he must mean it. Then.
He must mean it. And Thomas Williams has given an incredibly generous donation, which I'd just like to say a very big thank you for.
Thomas Williams, old boy. Thomas Williams, thank you. Cheers.
Steve is saying, from all the kind people on the super chat today, he's expecting to see a brand new piano by next week. Honestly,
because you've got to realise I don't know about this. I can't see.
I know.
The other end of the screen. I
No.
can't see the lens of the camera. So.
So yeah, I'm just trying to make my way through as many of the comments as possible. But thank you very much to everyone who is sending very, very kind comments this way. Olivier predicts that you've turned no older than 18 years old.
Oh, thank you, Olivier. Is that the Olivier?
I think it's the Olivier. I don't know if it's Olivier or Olivier's dad, but either way, it's the Olivier channel.
The Olivier. Okay.
And Dr. K says, Elsie sounding great. So thank you, Dr. K.
So that means they can't hear us anyway.
Yeah, well, I think that's a good thing, yeah.
Okay, then.
People are realising what you mean by your jacket, saying that you're probably born in 1966. Is that the year that England won the World Cup?
Yep.
You giving anything away there?
Well done. Do you know, I even forget what age I am myself.
Wow.
That's what happens when you get older, you see. I thought I was 53.
Oh, that's a shame.
I didn't realise I was 54. What damn.
Well, I've noticed you have a very shiny pair of red
My
socks on.
My sister bought these socks for me, Debbie, my sister, and I think they've got something written on them actually. Oh, they have somewhere. I'm sure it did.
It says sock shop on the bottom.
A sock shop, there you go, that's what it is. Sock shop. Because normally my socks don't have anything written on them, they're just like, they're just red, but my sister Debbie bought those for me, and thank you, Debbie. Thank you.
Yeah, they're coming up in the world. Your socks are improving every week. All right, well, there's a lot of people just having lots of strange conversations, honestly.
Okay.
Dr. K says Terry's sexy foot, and I think that's where I'm going to stop reading Dr. K's comments. Thomas Slade says Brendan spices up the chat, and yeah.
He certainly does.
A lot of things going on right now.
Now, I think Thomas Slade wanted Daydream Believer.
Yeah.
Is everybody happy with Happy Birthday?
I think everyone should be happy with that.
Okay.
I think you have got a tutorial on your channel already, or a DVD or something about that?
Yeah, it's a tutorial it's not on the channel. I'm playing it on the channel, but it's not a tutorial yet. But still working on my website, everybody. Still working on my website.
The website's underway, so.
What do they say? Under construction.
Yeah, that's the one.
That's it, yeah. So, now, Thomas Slade, this is a special request for Thomas. Now, he wants...
Oh, Brendan. Dr. K's given a super chat now with the sticker, yeah.
Cheers, Brendan.
Thank you for that, Brendan.
Thank you, Brendan.
Very generous of you.
Thank you, Dr. K.
Yeah.
We're going to meet up soon. We're going to meet up.
Definitely.
We're going to meet up and we're going to do another video.
A lot of people are saying that they didn't know that you could sing as well as play.
Well, I'm sort of, having a go,
And one more comment that I'm going to read out before we get to the tutorial part. A lot of people are saying that you're going to, the flagman at King's Cross, St. Pancras.
He's a great guy.
They think that you're trying to come for his brand and steal his branding with what you're wearing tonight.
That's true, actually. I never thought of that.
You're trying to dress like him now.
I do like Flagman, he's brilliant.
Everyone loves Flagman. Right.
So, let's look at this. Now, Thomas, old boy. Daydream Believer. It's in G, okay? So, here we go. So, this is the G above middle C. So instead of doing that, they kind of you see that A? They kind of crush the A. Like that. Don't stay on it, don't go. You got to kind of play and then go off it, like that. So. And the next part is A and C, and keep your thumb on that G basically. And then thumb stays on the G. So the bass line, I'm just playing a single note in the bass on the piano. I'm just playing a single note of G. Then I go to D. So it's basically a bar of 4 for G. So it's 1, 2, and 3, and 4. That's a bar. Then go to D for a bar. 1 and 2 and 3 and 4, and go back to G. 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and 1 and 2. So that's what it is. So the intro of Daydream Believer starts. And then the vocals come in. So you can either play the melody of it on the piano or you can kind of sing it. Oh, good. In this case, I'm going to sing it because it's difficult to actually play the bass line and the piano part and the melody. You need like a third person to play the melody on the top part, or somebody on a saxophone or something. But it's just easy to sing it. Oh, I could hide beneath the... Now, on the word wings, right? The bass note moves up to A. in the left hand. And this is what's played here. A, C, and D. So I could hide beneath the wings, and that thumb stays on the G at all times. Well, for now anyway, until I tell you to stop. Until I sort of say to play a different episode. But for now, I could hide beneath the... Now, of the bluebird. This is when it moves to the F sharp, B and D. And the left hand moves to a B as she sings. Now this bit is C and D together. So together, it's all the bass line. The bass line just moves up. I could hide beneath the wings of the bluebird as she sings. Just moves up. I could hide beneath the wings of a bluebird as she sings. Now this bit, the 6 o'clock go to E in the left hand, the 6 o'clock alarm with G, B, and E in the right hand would never ring. This is one of these things. Instead of just playing A and going, it's flicking off with the index finger. And then it goes D and F sharp, C and E, and B and D. But it rings, a repeat now, and I rise, wipe the sleep out of my eyes. My shaving razor, now on this bit, my shaving razor, shaving razor, that's G. Just move the top note to E. Left hand plays an E back. Shaving razor's chord. This chord is G, A, C, and it F sharp, A, and C. And it stings back to G. And this bit for the chorus is just G and B with a G in the left hand, then an F sharp and an A with an F sharp in the left in the hand, back to G and B, then A and C. So the left hand is playing G, F sharp, G, A, G, F sharp, G. Right hand going. So I could rise neath the wind. Sleep out of my eyes. My shaving razor's cold and it stings. The chorus is C to D to B minor to C to D to E minor to C daydream to C to G to E minor to A major 7, A major or A7, and the chorus repeats. Cheer up, sleep, Jean. Oh, what can it mean to a daydream believer and a homecoming queen? And that's the whole song. That is the whole song. So we've kind of covered 3 songs today.
Yeah, we have. That's pretty good going, I'd say.
Is there any more comments about the sound?
No, none about the sound. I think everyone's quite distracted by Dr. K's very questionable comments on the stream.
Go on,
but
then.
Everyone, just, I don't know. You'll have to read them.
Okay.
They're very different to what I usually find on the chat, but
okay.
I think it's different in mostly a good way. I think so.
Hello, what's going on with the soda?
Hello.
Dr. K, if you were here now, you could buy me a drink.
Yeah, very true. There are
Just thank you, Dr. K. He has bought me a drink, hasn't he? I know.
He has. Someone says, are those bars on the window to keep Dr. K out?
Yes.
Yeah, well, there's... Someone says Terry needs a top-up.
Certainly do. Whoever said that is absolutely right.
Yeah, there are just so many very lovely comments there's so many that I can't read out all of them, but just like loads saying happy birthday and just very nice things.
Thank you, everybody. I want to thank everybody that follows my channel and stuff, and you know, we're getting there, aren't we? We're getting there. We're getting there. You know, I just want to teach I want everybody to learn the piano, basically. That's my goal. Everybody to play if everyone to play a tune on the piano, it'd be great, wouldn't it? And then we could all meet up at St Pancras on the public piano, and we could all have one massive jam. You know, 25 people.
That'd be great.
On the piano. Can you imagine it? Fantastic, wouldn't it?
Oh,
absolutely fantastic. Oh, there's a delivery.
Who is it?
Oh, it's Jai. Thank you, Jai.
Jai has a birthday gift for you.
I have a
not sponsored.
A top up. Thank you, Jai. That's very nice of you. So what I'm going to do now, just to round off the live stream, I'm going to just quickly play the 3 songs that we've covered tonight, very quickly. And well, in fact, we're going to start off with Maybe It's Because I'm a Londoner That I Love London Town. Maybe it's because I'm a Londoner that I think of her wherever I go. I get a funny feeling inside of me just walking up and down. But maybe it's because I'm a Londoner that I love London town. Well, maybe it's because I'm a Londoner that I love London town. Maybe it's because I'm a Londoner that I think of her wherever I go. I get a funny feeling inside of me just walking up and down. But maybe it's because excuse me, everybody. I'm a Londoner that I love London town. Now this one, name that tune.
There are a lot of people who are putting, a lot of people say It's My Party.
By who?
Ah, well, that's yet to come.
What version is it? Because there was 2 versions. There was a hit in 1981, but the original one was, I think, in 1960 something. So, yeah.
And a lot of people are just asking, what is this in the background? I think Steve has asked.
Well, the reel-to-reel?
Yeah.
Well, I've got a little mic at the back of the piano, and I am recording the audio. And the reason I'm doing it on tape is because it gives it a certain warmth, the audio warmth.
Definitely.
That's what they tell me anyway.
Sacred Geometry Music says, this is just an excuse to drink.
Well, yeah, I mean, fair enough, it's my birthday.
Right, yeah.
So, and the other one we did today.
lot of people are saying, is it Leslie Gore?
Yes. Got it. Great. Who said that?
I can't remember who said it first, but there are a lot of people saying it.
Leslie Gore. Who did the cover version in 1981?
Oh, wait, I think someone did say that, actually. Was it Connie Francis?
No.
Was it?
No. I mean, I can imagine Connie Francis doing that.
I don't know. This is just what I'm reading out. Studio Renee said, awesome live streaming, donated very kindly to the super chat.
Who's that else?
Studio Renee, I think is how you say it.
Studio Renee, sure. Thank you very much. Cheers. I'll do a great big gulp of cider for that one.
Yeah, well, there's just a lot of people with a lot of kind comments and a lot of people talking to Dr. K.
Anyway, we're going to do the next one that we did a couple of times. Happy birthday. So let's just quickly go through.
Yeah, let's do it. Nice.
What happened to the stool?
A lot of people are saying, oh no, Terry needs a new stool. Everyone donate. Well,
hang on, while you're there, look at the state of this one, it's all broken.
well, we've had another super chat again from Thomas Slade.
Thomas, old boy, put your money away. Put your money away. Put your money away, Thomas.
And another one from Rick Bowman or Bauman, I'm not sure. Rick, yeah.
Thank you, Rick.
Yeah, well, a big hello to Mike Smith, who says that he usually misses the live stream but has managed to make it today. Yes.
And have you had different countries? Mike, hello, Mike, old boy, cheers. Have you had, like, is there people from different countries?
There are loads of different countries watching. I've seen a lot of people from like all over the United States and other places. So yeah, I don't know.
We're going to finish off now because Elsie's my camera girl, and she's going to want playing overtime. And also, let's not forget, Elsie's got her stream. It's going to be broadcast from this very studio at 8. Is it 8 o'clock, Elsie?
Yeah, I'll turn the camera around. Hang on. Hey.
Hello, everyone. So Elsie, as you all probably know, she's my daughter. So Elsie's going to be broadcasting from this very studio at, is it 8 o'clock tonight?
8 p.m, yeah.
It usually kind of between 8 and 9. Sometimes she might run over a bit. It just depends. So, and her, what's your name on, how do they find you on the YouTube?
If you just type in Elsie Miles, then it'll be there.
Elsie Miles. So she's going to be playing a lot of her own songs that she's written herself and also some cover versions, and she plays several different instruments. She sings, she's a great singer. She plays the guitar, the ukulele, the piano, you name it, electric guitar and the acoustic guitar. Is that right, Els?
Yeah, well, thank you.
8 o'clock tonight from this very studio. We'll shut the curtains, you know.
Yeah.
Okay. So, what was the other song we did? It was Daydream Believer for Thomas Slade. So I'd just like to say thank you very much to everybody who's watched and tuned in tonight and taken the time to watch my live stream. And I really, I'm sorry if I've rushed past the actual teaching parts on the piano, but I kind of only roughly have an hour or an hour and 10 minutes or something like that to do. And it's going to be staying on the channel, so you can, if you want to go back, you can, sort of thing, you know, if you want to play Closer Walk with Thee and learn the old, remember that diminished chord? I love that chord. It makes it, yeah.
Just before we go, one more person to say cheers to. I think it's quite a long username, but I think they're called Showgirls Around the World.
I know Showgirls Around the World.
A dancer family. So
Yes.
They've donated. That's very, very kind.
Thank you very much. Showgirls Around the World. They're in the USA.
Yeah, and there are people saying that they're watching from Perth in Australia, which is really cool.
Australia. What time is it there?
I have no idea, but say either pretty early or pretty late. So thank you very much.
Yeah, thank you very much. Thank you very much. Hi to Perth in Australia. Hi to Canada. Hi to USA. Hi to England and France and you know.
Yeah,
and
everyone's
of course,
watching.
Matty England.
Matty England.
Matty England.
We've had a few requests for a future live stream for maybe Hit the Road Jack. People like that
that's
song.
Ray Charles. Yeah, I know.
Yep.
That one. Yeah.
So yeah, people say it's very early in Australia.
Oh really? Blimey. Better play quietly then.
And we've got just over 300 people watching on the stream right now.
Really?
And Thomas Slade has invited all of them to his 18th birthday party.
When is it?
I'm not sure, but I'm sure we'll find out at some point.
I want to go.
Yeah. He said there's going to be festival speakers and lots of boogie woogie.
Oh, fantastic. It's in Devon, isn't it? North Devon.
Probably, yeah.
Brilliant.
Right, so hello from Austria.
Oh, hello, Austria. Yeah.
Florida.
Florida.
And Steve says it's 2 a.m. on the moon right now.
Oh, Steve's on the moon. Wow, that's amazing, isn't it? Yeah.
And someone in India.
In India.
Yeah. Germany.
Germany.
There's so many, I just can't read them all, but
I mean, you know, it's amazing, isn't it?
I know, it is.
It's great. Thank you to everybody who's watched my live stream, and thank you very much for all your super chat, you know, contributions, and it really does go to good causes. It really does, honestly. Maintenance of the piano stools, and of course it does. A little tiny bit of it goes to the Aspel, you know. Until I get my sponsorship from them.
which hopefully will be soon.
Is it ever going to happen? Is it ever going to happen? Anyway. Anyway, don't forget, same time next week, I'm going to be doing the live stream again, 5 o'clock, 5 p.m. British time, and please put some comments of what you'd like me to do next week. I mean, just some basic boogie woogie riffs or a particular song. I'm open to requests, and don't forget, Elsie, who's doing the camera work at the moment, my daughter, she will be broadcasting on her own YouTube channel called Elsie Miles. If you put Elsie Miles in, you'll find her on YouTube. And she's going to be broadcasting from 8 till 9, 8 o'clock till 9. And I've got to get the room set up for her, so I'm going to go. Okay, everybody?